So for the student film enrichment video for 1945, I chose Pinocchio. This film was made in 1940. We got two directors for this film, Ben Sharpstein and Hamilton Luske. For the main actors, there are Dickie Jones, voice of Pinocchio, Cliff Edwards, the voice of Jiminy Cricket, and got Christian Grubb, voice of Geppetto. So this whole story tells a story of like a wooden puppet named Pinocchio whose dreams of becoming a real boy. Geppetto he's a wood carver. He creates Pinocchio and wishes upon a star for him to come to life. And for your luck, the Blue Fairy grants Geppetto's wish and assigns Jiminy Cricket as Pinocchio's conscience. And Pinocchio's journey starts off with him attending school, but he gets influenced and taken advantage of by John and his sidekick Gideon. These are two students at the school, and they convince Pinocchio to join this show business under puppeteer Stromboli. When Pinocchio realizes all this deception, and when it's too late for him, Stromboli imprisons him. Thankfully, he manages to escape his clutches and continue his journey, and along the way he meets this mischievous fox and cat, and they trick him to go into an island called Pleasure Island. And seemingly it's a magical place where boys can indulge in a lot of fun, but that is also a lie. Pinocchio soon discovers this is the truth behind Pleasure Island, which is basically boys are transformed into donkeys and sold into labor. With the help of Jiminy Cricket, Pinocchio narrowly escapes the island, but their troubles are not over. He learns that Geppetto, who was worried about him, set out to search for him all this time, and he was swallowed by a gigantic whale named Monstro. And he's determined to rescue his father, so he ventures out into the depths of the sea. Inside Monstro, the whale, he finds Geppetto along with his cat Figaro. Through his courage and selflessness, he devises a plan to save them all from the belly of the whale, and they manage to escape just in time, and as a result, the adventure is over. He managed to escape his father and himself. And this is a huge transformation for him, so the Blue Fairy rewards him by turning him into a real boy. And this is a heartwarming conclusion, good ending, that kind of thing. As he went from a selfishness to selflessness throughout his journey. So for two notable aspects of the film, I chose the animation. The animation was created for Pinocchio was a lot of groundbreaking for its time. It was hand-drawn animation techniques. They had to craft each frame of the film, and they used this implementation of multi-plane cameras, where this technique involves creating a series of stacked layers or planes, each containing different elements of the scene, characters, backgrounds, and props. And they moved these layers independently, and they were able to create a lot of animation and a sense of depth in the film, making it look more real. Another cinematic aspect was the visual effects. Basically, the film features a lot of impressive visual effects. In the underwater scene with Pinocchio and Geppetto, they navigate inside the monster whale. They use a lot of lighting and shadows and water effects to create suspense and enhance the whole intensity of the scene. As for the connection to the time period, Pinocchio reflects the values and ideals of the 1940s. It was a time that was marked by the looming threat of World War II. So this optimistic storytelling provided an audience with a much needed escapism from the difficulty of that era. It truly has a lot of integrity, resilience, redemption. Gave people a lot of hope during this time. As for my final assessment, I put Pinocchio is a really good film. As a piece of history, it provides a lot of insight and cultural and social values of the 1940s, reminding us what Walt Disney's legacy and how it's impacted the film industry. Basically, the messages of honesty, bravery, and self-discovery also resonate with all the audience of their generations. If you know, Pinocchio's nose grows longer as he lies, and at the end of the film, it's it doesn't grow anymore because he's become truthfully and honest anymore. So this whole idea of growth is really resonated with the audience at that time. So as the film's timeless messages of honest, truthful resonating with all the audience, made a valuable piece of cinematic and historical heritage. That's what I really liked about the film. It was really characterized for its time. And yeah, that's Pinocchio 1940 for my student film enrichment video.